On November 5, 2025, Ohio's state government was active across multiple fronts: legislative, executive, public welfare, and in response to the ongoing federal government shutdown, with several significant actions and announcements. Major government actions. Gubernatorial bill signings, ****. Governor Mike DeWine signed multiple bills into law on November 5, 2025. While the press release, too, does not specify the content of House Bill 44, nor list all bills signed that day, it confirms the governor's formal approval of legislative measures passed by the Ohio General Assembly. These actions typically represent the culmination of the legislative process and are necessary for enacted bills to become enforceable law. Adoption of H.R. 271 and legislative activity, ****. House Resolution 271, H.R. 271, characterized as a partisan bill by Democrats, was adopted by the Ohio House of Representatives on November 5, 2025. The exact content or subject of H.R. 271 is not detailed in the available sources, but its passage indicates continued legislative activity in the state assembly, with a 100% progression in legislative action as of that date. Election law debate, ****. The Ohio Senate advanced Senate Bill 293, which proposes to eliminate the grace period for accepting absentee, mail ballots. Under current law, ballots postmarked by Election Day, but received within 4 days after are counted. SB 293 would require all ballots to arrive by 7:30 p.m. on Election Day to be counted 3. This bill, which is now with the Ohio House after a party-line Senate vote, is a response to pressure from the Trump administration and the U.S. Justice Department to align Ohio law with federal demands, threatening litigation if the state did not act. The bill's fate now rests with the House and, ultimately, Governor DeWine. Enforcement and agency actions. Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, disruption, ***. The ongoing federal shutdown has halted SNAP benefits for many Ohioans. A federal judge ordered that partial SNAP payments be made by November 5, but it remained unclear as of November 6 when those payments would actually be distributed to recipients 7. Ohio officials are actively reviewing new federal guidance regarding these benefits, as the state's Department of Job and Family Services scrambled to address the lack of federal funding for. In response, Governor DeWine announced $25 in emergency food aid to help mitigate the impact of halted SNAP benefits, providing direct support to food banks across the state. For example, the Freestore Food Bank in Cincinnati received $795,637.50, with other major food banks also receiving allocations 8. This executive action underscores the state's effort to fill the gap left by the federal shutdown, at least temporarily. Public events and statements. National League of Cities, NLC statement, ***. Steve Patterson, Mayor of Athens, Ohio and current NLC president, issued a public statement on November 6, reflecting on the impact of the federal shutdown on local governments. While the statement was issued 1 day after November 5, it reflects the ongoing concerns of Ohio's local leaders regarding the shutdown's effects on municipal services, federal employees, and vulnerable populations dependent on federal programs. Summary table of key actions. Action area details date, officials, agencies involved. Bill signings: Governor DeWine signs House Bill 44 and others into law, 11/05/2025. Governor Mike DeWine. Ohio General Assembly. Legislative passage: House Resolution 271, H.R. 271, adopted by Ohio House, 11/05/2025, Ohio House of Representatives. Election law proposal: Senate Bill 293 advances, eliminates grace period for mail ballots, 11/05/2025, Ohio Senate. Sen. Christina Rogner. SNAP disruption: partial payments ordered by federal judge. State reviewing federal guidance, 11/05/2025, Ohio JFS. Federal courts. Emergency food aid, $25 allocated to food banks due to federal SNAP halt, 11/05/2025, Governor DeWine. State agencies. NLC statement, Mayor Steve Patterson comments on shutdown's impact, 11/06/2025, Steve Patterson. NLC. Additional context. While the search results do not detail every piece of legislation signed by Governor DeWine on November 5, 2025, They confirm that the governor's office was active in transitioning bills into law too. The advancement of SB 293 highlights ongoing debates over election law and federal-state relations. 3. The state's response to the federal SNAP funding halt exemplifies proactive executive action to protect vulnerable populations during a national crisis. 8. Overall, November 5, 2025, saw a mix of routine legislative actions and extraordinary measures as Ohio's government responded both to its own legislative calendar and the cascading effects of the longest federal shutdown in U.S. history.